Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family. She tried to get me.
I did get him. I did get him.
Yeah, she had the microphone.
Yes, and I was supposed to do the opening, and then I did the fast one and put it in front of him.
Mm-hmm. I think I rolled with it. Okay. So we're gonna do another mantra, and so many of you that have been doing the mantras have really gotten a ton of benefit, and I can't, understate it. As uh, I've said, Qigong was always my first and foremost practice, and I would do still meditation, after Qigong. Now, mantras are first and foremost, and then the still meditation and the Qigong are right there as well. But the mantras just connect us to the higher vibrations. They expand our consciousness, they open up our chakras, they initiate the life force flow, and, they really do, basically, they phone home.
I really strongly believe that when we're doing the mantras and we are using our voice is a sacred frequency. It is directly coming from the source of all, because everything is ultimately it is frequency. And when we use that, it's connecting us directly to our highest self. So I really, really think it's an important thing that everybody should do. If to connect yourself with the highest self possible.
Absolutely. Do you have the heart chakra one available? Okay. Because I was going to ask Cindy before maybe we do this, maybe we go ahead and hit the tuning fork for the heart chakra in order to, open up and get us ready for this. So you see it listed as a divine mantra for peace and tranquility. Now, when I asked Cindy, what happens when I'm doing this mantra, what do you see happening with my energy body? She sees...
Well, there's two things I see. One gives me a wave going, and I kind of, showed him the wave, and he's like, "Oh, that's a sound wave," and I'm like, "Oh yeah,
a sine wave."
A sine wave, a sine wave." And then the next one, the next noise, it shows this color. It's like between a purple and a magenta coming out from the darkness, and when you put the two together, it creates expansion.
Absolutely. So it's one for expanding our consciousness, helping us to merge with Source and merge also with the creator of the universe and the energies of creation itself. And again, this mantra is pretty simple. It's Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. And it's actually the combination, really, of the creative energies of the divine masculine, divine feminine. When we, look at this world, we've been basically a patriarchal society, a society that's completely testosterone dominant, so to speak. The absence of that nurturing aspect of the divine mother is missing, and that's what needs to be cultivated. When we get out of this age, the key to getting out of this age is bringing back in the balanced energies, the energy of the divine feminine as well as the divine masculine. And so Cindy's going to give us a ding now to help open up our hearts and get us receptive.
Right. This is going to go to the very, very center of your heart, and it's going to expand that heart chakra.
So this particular mantra has been found in the Tarasara Upanishad and also in the Sama Veda. And it's embedded in Hindu traditions, Vedic traditions such as Vaishnavism. Now, Vaishnavism is a denomination of Hinduism which views Vishnu as the creator of the universe, of this universe. And again, they recognize that he's the creator of this universe, but they also recognize that there's many other universes and there's other creators of other universes, yet there's only one source. So this is recognized that there's one source. Even the creator God basically is not the source itself. The source contains everything.
Right.
everything that ever was, will be, ever could be, and that which, is not even is yet.
Yeah. Right. Something that you can't really explain.
Absolutely. So this also is a means of humbling the ego. And according to Vedic tradition, it recommends citing this, Om Namo Narayanaya, 108 times twice a day for 40 days. After chanting the mantra, important to sit in silence for at least 10 minutes in order to connect with its effects. So it's a tool to connect with the divinity that is within us. And here we go. And this particular website is omnamonarayanaya.org. And they're calling it a Maha Mantra, which means a great mantra. And again, Om itself is the primordial consciousness. It's Lakshmi Narayana. It's Shiva Shakti. It's the oneness, because the oneness, in oneness, each tradition can have its own interpretation. In the Vedas, it's explained like this. You have Brahma, which is Rajas. U, which is Vishnu, Sattvas, and M, which is Shiva, Tamas, silence, Turiya, the supreme consciousness beyond the gunas. The gunas are sort of like elements in a way. They're tendencies. They're part of how this whole creation works. Keep in mind here that the Sanskrit Om sign is literally translated as AUM. However, it's pronounced as Om. So, beautiful symbolic representation of creation itself. In the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God. So again, source is within every single individual. How else could I and the Father be one, and yet greater things you will do?
Right. I mean, all of this is put together for a much, much bigger meaning.
Absolutely. And so a while back, and I've been holding back on sharing this message, we were not necessarily trying to reach Vishnu, but we did. And he came through in the middle of the night, channeling through Cindy. Now, it was when I was doing another mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, which is a mantra that does bring in his energies. And so I'm going to share with you this conversation with Vishnu that we got.
I am Vishnu, creator of the universe in which you are experiencing in.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing, our Lord.
You're welcome. I wish to share in terms that you might understand about who I am and how your universe came to be. It is a great honor and pleasure to speak with you through this channel. It is not very often that I get to do this. I translate my best for your human understanding through this channel. I am a great creator God, a creator God in which you may have read about, in which you may have some understandings of. Please understand that this information you get about me is taken and written down so that your human mind can understand. It is difficult to explain who I am, but I will try. I wish for you to have some understanding of my creativity and my love and caring for you and others. I created your world in which you live from the waters of space. This is so you might be able to experience that which I also experience. You too are also creator gods. We are all one at varying degrees of existence. We are all the same, creating our worlds in which some entities might live and enjoy their experience. My quest, my understanding, my creation for your world, your universe is something in which I wanted to create for your enjoyment, for many others and their enjoyment. These stories that you read about me and others are similar in which the stories you create for your own beings that you influence. These stories are very special and unique. They are all very important aspects of the one, of the all, of the source. Please keep one moment. This channel is very emotional. She is very excited to experience this time. My energy might be overwhelming her. We are all creator gods. This is what I wish to have you understand. Those that are in your realm are depending on you for their experience. I, in my making of your universe, I too have made errors in judgment on creating this universe. I created from love and understanding to the best of my ability. I do wish that you also create from the love and understanding of Source. Source is love. Source expresses through love your understanding those around you, and their understanding is based on this love in varying degrees. I do thank you for this time. I should step away from this channel. This is a very overwhelming energy for her.
Thank you. We're so honored by your sharing with us and being with us. And we would love if we could speak at some time in the future again.
We will make more connections and more possibilities and times to share experiences. Thank you.
Namaste and much love.
Namaste.
So that was a channeled message, I think probably 2 or 3 a.m., in the middle of the night that came through. I knew somebody was coming through. And there's always signs when Cindy's starting to channel, and then I'll start doing the mantras. And the one that came to mind was Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And it's a mantra to Vishnu, and then Vishnu did come through. So I think that was getting the trigger that Vishnu wanted to come through and share.
Right, and this one was very meaningful to me because I was really not doing well as far as physically. I was having some pretty serious problems, and between the energy work of some friends, Mike, and after this channeling in particular, I really started to turn a corner. So this is a very special channeling, and I do believe that the energy running through it still exists for anyone who is willing to be open to this type of healing energy.
And we did do that mantra once before as well, but you could connect to Vishnu's energy and Lakshmi's energy through the Om Namo Narayanaya, and that will definitely connect you as well to their energy. And again, Vishnu created this particular universe through the divine feminine. See, that's how this is always reflected. When you look to the yin and the yang sign, the masculine's inside the feminine is inside the masculine.
Mm-hmm. And we just need to look to nature when it comes to working together, and the magnificent things that bees can make, honeybees, bees. Just look to ants. Look at these magnificent mansions these ants can make, and everyone just works together. It's not picking each other apart and pushing each other down. No, it's finding everyone's strong point and really pushing each one of us up, up, up.
As you see, this is the yin and the yang. So again, these can be representing Vishnu and Lakshmi again, or Shiva and Shakti. Any way you want to look at it. You could also look at it as, Osiris and Isis. And then what's the product? Well, the product is Horus. And you could also look at that and through the lens of any tradition you want to look through it. It's just the way the universe works. Labels again are human things. So, Vishnu is known by other names in other planets, and other solar systems, and other people of the earth itself. Many have just simply called him the Great Spirit. so to speak. And then the mother is all around us.
Yes, I mean, the mother is really everything that we can see in our physical existence, everything that supports us, all that we need to live and thrive is the mother. So it definitely takes two to bring about expansion, and to bring harmony. So, we can work toward that at this point moving forward, I feel.
And it's important to note that, Vishnu separated himself. He said that he was a creator god, yet there is one source.
Right.
There's one source. And yet he's the creator of a universe. And so that's important to note. And even that he can make an error as he's putting a universe together, because, it makes me think of that old song, "What if God was like one of us," right? And basically we are creator gods. And so, we all can make errors, but we have to keep moving on, and just learning from our errors. And when we look at Rama and Vishnu and then these other avatars, so to speak, but particularly Rama and Krishna, I should say, I feel that they're corrections, ways to tap into a corrective energy, so to speak. And, just chanting Ram or Rama can bring peace. And, Krishna is all about love and compassion. That's that Christ consciousness, that heart-centeredness.
Right. I feel our voices, each and every one of us we have a frequency to our voice that ties us to source or to our highest self. So when we do these mantras, that's automatically correcting our frequency and that space in which we live.
Absolutely. So I hope that you guys found this interesting and informative. Do leave your comments. We recognize there are going to be some that are still so ingrained in the dogma that they've been brought up in, that they'll view anything else as being, evil. But this energy healed Cindy. Actually, the guides themselves were basically saying earlier this year that Cindy was 50-50 to make it. And after this particular channeling, that's when she started to really get better.
Right. It is a very special energy to me.
So much love. God bless and namaste.
Namaste.